Oh yeah.
I'm feeling funny.
We'll see.
I'm feeling funny.
I'm gonna bring my absolute worst.
All right, you're live. You're live.
All righty, welcome back to the Son of a Boy Dad podcast. Today it is Wednesday, October. I believe it's the 25th.
25th, my half birthday, brother.
It's Roan's half birthday. We are all celebrating. We are here live in Barstool HQ 3.
That's right.
Mix them up sometimes. There's too many HQs these days.
Hey, let's clap it up.
Let's clap it up, guys. I don't know what we're clapping for, but we're here. Let's get right down to it. The Phillies will not be in the World Series
fuck
this
off,
season.
dude. Fuck you.
But on the bright side, the Eagles are good again.
Okay, I like
Yes.
that. And Sass is the hottest gambler in the United States
And
of
I am.
America.
And the Patriots are also going to probably be in the Super Bowl.
Sass won thousands and thousands of dollars with like nickel and dime $5
Betting the
bets.
Patriots,
How much did you actually win? Give us the dollar amount.
1,500.
Oh, wow.
On how many bets?
I don't know, 10.
Oh, that's not that impressive. I thought you were doing.
Well, I had that
thought
one
you were
bet
doing
that
way
was
better than that.
$50, paid out $750.
That's good.
Yeah,
Mhm.
That's
sick.
exciting.
whatever, not a big deal. I'm not sweating it.
You
It's
You
chump
sent
change.
you sent those screenshots to everybody.
I
you
literally
know.
sent it to everyone I know.
I was walking through my neighborhood. They were stapled to a telephone pole.
You know my wife, right?
I do, yes.
You didn't send it to her, so you didn't literally send it to everyone you know.
I did send it to her. She probably just has my number saved to something else.
Oh,
Pizza Hut.
cleaning lady.
She got my number saved as Pizza Hut,
I have
doesn't she?
Funny story about this. One time, a comedian I know was cheating on his girlfriend all the time, and he would save the girl that he was cheating on his girlfriend with as my name.
Ah.
And then she found it and confronted him about why he was sending dick pics to me.
Damn.
And then he had to come clean and be like, I'm going to be honest, it's not.
I would be
actually
like,
Francis."
I'm fucking Francis.
That must have been an awkward convo.
Well,
She probably thought he was gay.
I know.
She probably thought he was gay.
What's worse?
If you're probably, that's probably best case scenario.
If it's gay, no. If you're gay, it's just like, oh, there's nothing I could do. It's like Jada Pinkett Smith with Tupac. Who was
Yeah,
gay.
exactly.
If your best buddy told you that he had done this and that his girlfriend found out and was going to
I'd kill them
contact
both.
you to corroborate
Yeah, I'd kill them both.
that it was you, would you back your buddy and be like, yeah, he does send me those sometimes, but just for me to check on them and be like, yeah, that's a good one. Send that off.
No, I would definitely not do that.
You wouldn't? You wouldn't
Maybe
back
I
your
would.
buddy?
No, I probably would.
Bo?
Yeah, but if it was Bo, I would.
Bo.
I'd be like, yeah, it's a nice hammer. It's a good fucking cock right there.
He sends them to me to kind of
Send
just
that
like
away.
as a buffer.
Yeah,
Yeah,
send
it's
that
just
out.
like to fact check his dick pics. Just to
I'd
be
probably
like,
touch it up in Photoshop for him.
does this all read right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Make it a little veinier.
Yeah.
Make it a little
Good.
shorter, honestly. Bo's
Add,
fucking.
add a little saturation to this.
But
make
then
it a
you'd
little
have to
more
tell
red.
then you'd have to tell Bo's girlfriend that, you know,
White
you were
dudes have
doing it for
red
her.
dicks.
No, that's not right.
Yeah, it is.
Reds?
Red dicks.
No, no. they're-
Mine's not.
My dick is red as hell.
What are you, a monkey? You a
No, it
fucking
really
chimp?
is true. All white dudes have red dicks.
You
No,
know-
they don't.
It's more red than it is white.
No, it's what?
It is.
No, it's skin colored.
Yeah, it's red. Look at you. Your hands are even a little red.
No, that's
No,
just
it's
like a
just-
normal skin color.
That's not a red, dude. That's a
That's an olive.
yeah, I would call that more of like a
Have you ever looked at your dick after you jerk off?
nude.
It's neon red.
No. How hard you going, bro?
It's
Well, you're
like a
just
stoplight.
abusing the skin.
No, no.
Yeah,
Mm-mm.
abusing it.
You going cream or no cream?
Cream. What does that mean?
You creaming it up?
Lotion.
Lotion?
You lotion it?
Yeah, I use lotion all the time.
Why is there so much abrasion?
Well, there isn't these days, but when I was a young one, it was just red as hell.
Really?
Yeah,
Damn, dude.
Like pulsating, like glowing red, or
like, this hurts.
see, a lot of dudes when they beat off, they go to kind of like the base of the nook of the hand. I'm all fingertips.
Yeah?
That's creepy. I don't want to hear about that from you.
You're talking about how your dick is
Sounds
glo-
perverted coming from
Tiptoeing
you.
around? You're tiptoeing around.
It's my
today.
dick. It's my
You just
dick.
talked about like massacring. your
I don't even.
And
like
I'm
to-
talking about how I'm like fucking.
You jerking off is not something I ever want to think about.
Dude, you're just telling me how like you as a
Yeah,
young boy
yeah.
were violent.
I was violent.
We can't fucking share. I thought we were sharing.
Yeah, but mine was like I'd rather know that you were violent towards your dick than you were like gentle towards it.
Oh, so you want him to jerk off the way you want him to jerk
Yes,
off?
exactly.
Yeah, because you already had it pictured in your mind.
Yeah.
You're like, I see
yeah.
him being fucking savage to
What
that
were you
bitch.
seeing? What were you seeing for him?
Violent.
He was
Well, hold
seeing
on.
me
No,
like
no.
a.
Be honest, and then I'll give you what I thought, Roan.
I wasn't on it. To be honest, I wasn't really picturing it in my head.
You obviously had, because how I said it didn't match up with your preconceived notion, which means that you had preconceived a notion.
Yeah,
It's true. He makes good points.
Yeah, you did.
What was yours?
I thought it was going to be kind of cool and rhythmic because he's got this, let's call it
I imagine he was
urban
jerking it
culture
to like a
flair.
beat. Yeah.
I
He
am
would
white.
have-
I am a fucking bum.
Yeah.
I do live
but
in a trailer
almost
with
like
my mom.
I don't know, a cool dance. He's doing a dance with it. Like the way
He's hitting the gritty.
There's style, there's swag, there's like, if I watched him do it, I'd be like, God, I wish I could do it.
I
that
go
way."
kind of like a cross hand, like karaoke when you're
Mhm.
running. You know what I mean? Like ta 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 ta.
Oh,
Like I'm climbing a rope in gym class. Kind of is my I'm a brown bear running from a black bear.
Did you guys ever get to the top of the rope? I know you definitely did. Did
Sure
you?
did.
We didn't have that.
You didn't have that?
No.
Was that in Massachusetts?
That's
Was
a
that
public
I
school.
had it.
thing?
We had it. Absolutely, we had it. We had to know.
Tyler, you definitely were one of those kids that was like hanging from the top of the rope. You're like,
Yeah.
I guess I'll come down soon.
I'd go up the rope and then I'd go up the rope and then I'd shimmy across the metal
Yeah, you guys were
pole.
doing like pull-ups on the rope.
Yeah,
I never
dude.
got more than a foot off the ground.
Yeah.
Still to this day, I would never come close to that.
Really?
Yeah.
It's like maybe it's like a knee strength type of thing.
No, it's all upper body.
Is it? There's no you're not gripping with the thighs at all. You're just like.
Why do they
dangling
have
there?
us doing that?
You do in the CrossFit games. They know how to do that. That you got to use your legs you got to wrap it around your foot and then help yourself step up.
Like what are they training you for? To like
why
board
would
a boat?
Yeah, it didn't really make sense. It's also pretty dangerous.
Well, they put the mat down.
Yeah, but if you're falling, I mean, how far does that go up? 20 feet?
Here's a question I was thinking, and this is something off what you just said. I was actually thinking about this morning because I saw a video of a guy on Twitter who beat the shit out of the
Sounds like
teacher
Twitter.
he found out was having an affair with his daughter.
Okay,
Went to the
honorable.
school and beat the shit out of this teacher.
That's not an affair. Is that an affair?
I mean,
a statutory affair.
Yeah.
yeah, just a little fling.
Yeah.
A little
Whatever,
liaison.
dude. We kissed like once. Not a big deal.
It's an affair.
I kind of like her.
Imagine,
As a
imagine,
pedophile.
imagine
I
being
think I have
her
a
high
crush.
school boyfriend. Imagine being her high school boyfriend and
Oh,
having to
yeah.
explain,
Yeah.
like, why'd you have that affair on me with Mr.
Yeah. I lost my
Backer.
girl to an older man.
A dirty
My
affair
girlfriend had an affair with the art teacher.
with the guy that kidnapped her.
But the question is, what type of teacher of what subject would you be the least ashamed of your daughter for having the affair?
I don't know, something like science.
Yeah. Something where the
Definitely
teacher has
not.
promise.
If it's a gym teacher or something
If
like that,
gym
it's like you have to kill them both.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's bad.
gym teacher or history teacher would destroy me
History.
Why history?
because he was always the football coach or some shit or math.
Oh, and he's going to town.
Yeah,
Okay.
he's fucking laying that down.
Clapping cheeks.
Yeah, a
Yeah.
young hot guy. If it's like it might be a true like sexual perversion on her part if she likes an old man. It's just like you have to kind of allow that.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Like if she just likes like the old like chemistry teacher or some shit like that, it's like okay,
If
like
your
she's
daughter's-
sapiosexual. She likes his brains.
yeah. If your daughter's 18, do you still give the teacher the beatdown?
I don't know. I feel like an old
I would.
no.
Guy like me, fucking killing that guy. Yeah, I'm
But-
strangling him.
yeah.
The gym teacher, he can do pull-ups and you can't.
Have you ever had a gym teacher?
Yeah.
They're like the fattest fucking alcoholics. They're
Not the
all
ones I had.
alcoholics.
Not me, bro.
Well, yeah, I guess
not
at
Maine.
Harvard they probably had
No,
different types of gym teachers.
Yes, we had gym teachers at Harvard.
I actually, my gym teacher in 5th grade went to Harvard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What happened
Went to
from there?
was a damn good gym teacher. Some people have
Best
different.
gym
Some people have
teacher.
different goals, dude. You got to
Did he
respect that.
fuck a high schooler and then get demoted into gym teaching?
He fell in love in the small town. He wanted to stay
Yeah.
around.
Yeah.
Imagine
feelings.
going in to beat the dad going in to beat the shit out of him, kind of running back off last week.
It is the funniest thing of all
and he
time.
loses the fight.
It's the funniest thing ever.
Oh, that's tough.
Pulling up to the school.
Where's he parking?
Yeah,
you think he cares about
No, you
like
park right out
you
front.
think you're parking handicap?
Yeah, you park
Fire
right
zone.
out front. You don't circle around looking for parking if you're looking to. And then you have a ticket. Yeah, and you have a ticket.
Oh, no.
You got a
Your
boot.
car got towed.
Yeah, you got to walk home. Imagine that from the wife's perspective. You see him just stumbling down the street, covered in
no.
blood.
Craig.
He beat the shit out of me.
Because then I mean,
Your boyfriend's a real piece of shit. You know that, right? I'm talking to your daughter.
You're a fucking loser ass boyfriend. Who the fuck does he think he is?
Except it's probably like, I don't know,
She would take the boyfriend side for sure.
100%.
You
I think
guys
that's
run
like
the show for a
every
second, have a
single-
chip.
I think that's like every single like girl's dream, right? To have like their boyfriend be able to beat the fuck out of their dad.
That's why girls get boyfriends.
Yeah.
It's like a challenger. It's like new
It's like The
ownership.
Purge.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen The Purge? You know the
Yeah.
scene where the girl's boyfriend shows up and like tries to kill the dad? So funny. Because he just fails.
Just like beating up a dad and being like, she's mine now.
Yeah.
Bro,
That's
Purge-
hilarious.
the
I can't
Purge
imagine
had-
having a girlfriend and being like having like beef with her dad.
The Purge had 4 spin-offs, I think,
Yeah.
and then a TV show.
Oh, they had a TV show. I didn't know that.
Did you think that the original was so good as to warrant that many successive?
Cult classic.
I think it's just the theory of it just gets people going so
Yeah, it's a good
fucking much.
concept, yeah.
What do we got? Good to go?
Audio okay?
Audio's good? Okay, cool.
Oh, damn. All that
Okay.
talk about beating off made me want to play with it. Made me want to beat it up.
I was looking at you. You were fiddling with it big time.
Yeah, you got.
I saw you unplug it at one point.
You like that?
You trying to sabotage this fucking show?
Trying to watch me beat this thing up?
Put a lot of work into this.
Francis came in with the sweet tooth of all sweet tooths today. He fucking,
Francis always has a sweet tooth.
he,
Somehow
he
he just doesn't gain weight.
Because I work out.
Yeah, that's true.
I'd never see you working out though.
I've never seen you work
I'm
out
surprised
once.
I haven't run into you in our gym in our building.
I go every day.
Do you really?
And
No,
nothing
he never
happens.
goes. He doesn't go.
How
Me-
would you
back when me
how are
and
you
Ron
an
used to-
authority of this?
Me and Ron used to work out, and we'd go on the road and we go to the hotel, and I'd never see him at the gym.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Never once.
We
saw
used
him.
to go on the road. What other
when we
life
were
did we
road
live?
dogs. Back when we were road dogs
In the 70s, me and Sash were on the road together. Dude, I'm in the gym every day. And I have I'm like the fucking basic like white girl who like will do a workout every day and just nothing happens to my body.
Yeah, you're
But
probably not
that's
eating
good.
right.
That's fine. As long as it doesn't get worse, it means you're keeping it at bay.
That is true.
Yeah.
You don't really have a big reason to improve.
Yeah, I just want functional strength. I just
Yeah,
want
you're
to
in
be able to
decent shape.
function. I just want to be able to move around in the world. The furrowed brows are having
What happened to your thumb?
Pick at it. It's my way of self-mutilation. What?
Here, unplug it and plug it back in.
How about now? Nothing? Why don't I share it with you? I'll get close.
Yeah, get real close.
Oh, good. All good. All good.
The chips did it?
You unplug me to eat chips, yeah.
I want to share with Harry.
All right. We're real tight now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're back.
Sorry about the chips, everybody. I didn't think that would cause the entire show to screech to a halt.
All good. All good. All good. We got to at least have this conversation on mic.
What happened here?
Anyways, we're taking a quick pause, getting a different wire, and
I wouldn't have thought putting the mic on my lap would have done that.
All righty. Can I have my vape back?
Oh, am I on it?
Yeah, you're sitting on it.
Sassy needs a little vape hit. Get him right real quick. Sassy needs a little bit of fresh nicotine in the old system, fucking to restart the old battery.
So what was going on last night with you, Roan? I saw you celebrating. I saw you knee kicking, leg kicking.
What do you mean, bro? We fucking lost.
I know, but when did you realize it was over?
It just fucking was, dude. I don't know. When they fucking lost, I believed until the last second. I believe until the fucking
Because it went to what, the bottom of the ninth?
Yeah, they played the whole baseball game.
Yeah, they did, and they lost.
They played all 9 innings.
What were your bets? What were your units looking like? How many units you throw on it?
I was gonna win $35,000 if they fucking won, dude.
$35,000?
Yes,
How much did you put on it
$1,000 in
in
June.
the beginning of the season?
In June, when their odds were the lowest,
And what was your payout? Because you did this last year and you totally fucked up.
there was no payout.
Really?
Yeah, there was no. It wasn't offered. I didn't see anything offered. It was preposterous. I tried to look at it like even during the game. I don't know. It was just brutal, dude. It was just bad times.
It does suck.
Bad
I was
times for
rooting
Philly.
for them. I wanted them. No one's gonna watch the fucking Rangers versus the Diamondbacks. It's gonna be the lowest viewed World Series of all time. What are you? Were you a Sox fan?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No win for the Sox this year.
No, they weren't. They weren't great.
The Patriots. You're not a Patriots fan, though.
No.
You're a Jets fan.
No.
Are you crowd working out of this? Are you crowd working the way out of this?
What are you a fan of? Bruins?
The Giants.
The Giants? The
What
Giants
do
aren't-
you do for a living?
How'd you two meet? Yeah, I'm good.
You got the pizza? I think I saw you do crowd work about the clams. Someone
Dude,
got the clams.
You did
one time.
great last night hosting, and you really I don't know how people do that.
what?
Just get them open right away.
You had to go up quickly, so I knew
but
I
you
didn't have a lot of
you cracked
time.
them open easily.
Yeah, they were up for it. They were a good crowd.
Yeah.
But
Every time I go
appreciate
up, I try and make a little joke, and then they're just like,
I think it's about talking to people that want to be talked to
Yeah,
and
that's
not
true.
talking to people that don't want to be talked to. And it's pretty easy to tell, and people don't decipher that.
I hate when someone's talking to me and I don't want to be talked to, and specifically in that setting.
Yeah.
If a comedian's trying to crowd work me and I just want to like fade into like I'm not trying to be very public about it,
Mm-hmm.
that shit is fucking brutal. That shit is so uncomfortable for me, and like I'm not giving him shit. I'm not gonna make his show any better.
Right.
sometimes they like that though.
Yeah, I
Sometimes
don't.
Some men just want to see the world burn.
I know. I don't like it. I feel like people should be much more judicious about who they talk to and leave my ass alone and leave whoever's like fucking loud and fucking annoying. Like let them be the center of attention if they want that.
Copy that, brother.
Oh
I
man,
love talking shop with you guys.
things got weird in here, huh?
I feel bad. I didn't mean to. I didn't mean to do the thing with the chips. I guess that was very unprofessional.
It was the other episode. You spent the second half with it on your lap, talking into the lap, and then complained about the audio.
I never complained about the audio.
All right.
Did I?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I didn't know that I'm not aware that I'm doing these things.
One of the best Gilly and Wallow episodes was when they wrestled with each other.
Should we have a brawl?
I don't know. I feel like that kind of thing like kind of kickstarts things in the right direction if it's just
I feel like if there was a real brawl in here, I think I would die, and everyone else would walk out with like a couple scrapes, and I'd get caught in the mix and just die.
I think you undersell your strength.
No, I've shadow boxed with my boys, and it never goes well for me. I always end up bleeding, and they all walk away. Like,
Wait, what do you
laughing.
mean you're
shadow
shadow
boxing?
They're not
is-
shadow boxing. We've boxed. We've done one hand boxing.
like
With
slap
one
boxing?
glove. No, one glove.
Slap boxing?
No, slap boxing is slapping.
So,
Right?
Oh yes.
We've done boxing with one hand.
And you both have one glove.
Yeah, and I always lose, and then I'm getting like roundabout fucking. It's not good.
I think that you're tough, bro.
I don't.
Oh man. I think you could fucking whip some ass if it really came down to it.
Yeah, that would be nice.
What
I like to think I could.
who'd you box against?
My boys. This was a while ago. I was probably in 8th grade.
Oh, so that was a while ago.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, it's been a
Just
while
trying to
since
relive the glory days. I definitely peaked when I was 13. Just kidding. I did not peak when I was 13. I was a rough 13.
I'll confess, I was fat when I was 13.
Yeah.
I saw some pictures of myself on like 8th grade field trips, and I was like, I'm fooling myself, dude. I was fat as fuck.
Yeah, I had a rough hairdo too, and I think people still get mad about my hair. I'm sure there's people who have already commented and been like, "Sass's hair is crazy," which I get, but it was a lot worse at one point.
You think you were fatter than me?
Yeah. Well, I'm fatter than you now.
Yeah, but do you think then, at that point in your life, you were fatter than I was when I was 13 or 14?
I think I could have been. I also had braces until a weirdly old age.
Dude, but I had braces too, and I was fat too, dude.
Maybe we would have gotten along.
If you want to have a gross off, dude, I definitely
I think everyone's gross when they're 13 because boys, they grow wide.
No, because some of the other boys,
Some of the other boys
were, yeah, they were, yes, exactly.
And look where they are now.
A bunch of the other
They all
guys
work in cubes.
No, they're doctors. They're ab doctors.
Ab doctors.
They're fucking surgeons, dude. They're fucking guys had great abs, and I just wasn't one of them, dude. I was gross and I was fat.
Yeah, that does suck ass.
It was.
Were you fat ever?
No.
Never? That's fucking awesome.
It's so crazy. Just
you never had that, like, just grabbing it? Just like, why me? It's me. Me is the candy. See, you're a big sweet tooth guy. I'm a big sweet tooth guy. I've always been big on the candy.
Yeah, I like the candy, but
I've been bigger. I've been heavy on the candy lately.
I've just been exercising my whole life.
Yeah, that's true.
Even as a little kid, I couldn't stop running around.
Did your parents make you exercise?
No,
my parents
they
did.
allowed me to.
Really?
They gave you
They
the
enabled me. Oh, you need shin guards? Okay, we'll get you some shin guards.
Like, how do you stave off your kids getting fat?
That's tougher than I would think. I think
You know
it's
what I
tougher
mean?
than it is than we think it is. Yeah.
Can you just make your kids do push-ups or like run laps and shit like that?
No, you can't. But you can fill the pantry with healthier snacks.
True.
So that when they come home from school starving at 3:30 or 4, instead of eating Rice Krispie treats, they're eating a big thing of grapes.
Yeah, but wasn't that always the best, getting home and you just dive into some fucking fruit by the foot?
You know, I was always so hungry when I got home.
Would you just stand at the I would just stand at the pantry.
I would
And
take
just rip down.
I would
food.
take a box of cereal,
Yeah.
and I would take the salad bowl, the communal salad bowl that we would serve salad in for dinner, and I would fill the salad bowl with cereal, and then I would take milk, pour that in, and then I would eat the whole thing, probably about half a box of cereal, and then I would go nap for like an hour and a half.
That's a good grubbing right there.
Yeah, that is.
I used to just, dude, I think the lowest feeling I've ever felt in my life is getting home from school and there's just nothing. And that's when you're just fighting back tears.
Yeah.
You're like, you got to be fucking kidding me.
Well, I just went up to
Nothing.
You just put on some Meek
Yeah.
Mill and fucking
Granola bars? Are you fucking kidding me?
I went up to the snack closet just now, and there were 6 gigantic Costco boxes in there, but they were still sealed. And they were just waiting for someone to unwrap them. And I went in there and I had my time.
What did what was in there?
Okay. I'm sorry?
It was what'd you get? Some industrial sized candies?
I got some Haribo bears. I got some.
Well, you came down with a feast.
Well, I wanted to make sure that anyone who wanted some could have some.
Yeah, there was some fucking full on chocolate bars in there.
These look like they're gonna be great.
Yeah.
Creamy peanut butter and chocolate fudge.
Francis.
Those are gonna be fun.
No. I don't think so. I can't believe there's fucking scientists who come up with snacks.
Well, that's what Jolly Ranchers are. Jolly Ranchers, like they should make a movie like that about, like, similar to like Oppenheimer.
Or yeah, like
one of the greatest
Blackberry.
scientific inventions of all time.
This is my vegetable course.
Those
That
are
is
good.
nice. 20 grams.
20 grams, 20 calories.
20
That's good. That's
grams?
a good ratio.
Pure protein, chocolate peanut butter.
Damn, bro.
You guys watching
gluten-free.
anything spooky?
Ooh, oh yeah. Oh my god. It's called Talk to Me.
I just watched that 2
I
days
just
ago.
watched it this
What
weekend.
did you think of it? Because I thought
Thought
the
it was
ending was
fucking
ass cheeks.
terrifying.
I didn't think it was that scary. I was talking to Joe at the stand, and he said it was the scariest movie he's seen in a while. I said I don't even think it was close.
Hmm.
I thought the beginning was phenomenal.
Yeah, the first scene.
The first like half of the movie was great.
I
and then
thought
it
the
kinda
whole
goes
thing was
off.
pretty good, man. I don't know. I thought like the scene. I guess. Spoiler alert.
What's this movie on?
Well, don't spoil. It's
you
pretty.
gotta
new.
rent
It's
it.
pretty
Yeah, you
new and
should
just
watch
came
it.
out.
Did you watch it with
on-
your wife?
I watched it. Well, my wife went to bed halfway through because it was too scary for her. So my buddy and I finished it.
you like scary movies.
I
to
do.
watch with your wife.
Well, she won't allow us to. She gets too spooked.
Yes, my wife gets too spooked. I haven't seen scary movies in fucking years. I have to
It's
fight
sad.
my battles.
We
It's
could
like,
get together and do it though.
You want to?
We could sneak out together.
Yeah, you guys have a little sleepover.
Make a little fort or some shit like that. Get spooked.
Yeah,
You
spook
know he's
ourselves.
above you.
Yeah.
You told me he was below you.
When I first moved in, I thought he was on a different floor than he was.
Yeah.
I thought I was one apart.
He was trying to downplay you. He said you were on ground level. Living with
Yeah,
the rats.
I said he has to go down a flight.
Damn, bro. All the way down.
No, I would never disparage Francis. He has a significantly better view than I
That's
do.
not this again. No. Roan's apartment.
It is cool that you guys live in the same building.
We could fit 2 of my apartments in his
In
apartment.
Seinfeld, that's not true either. But in Seinfeld, did they live in the same building?
No,
Kramer and Seinfeld.
Kramer
did.
and Seinfeld did.
They
lived
did.
across
What
the
about
hall.
Who was that other guy that they lived with? The neighbor that they hated.
Newman?
Newman.
Did Newman live in the building?
Newman was their neighbor.
No, I
think
thought he was
lived
the
a floor
mailman.
below. No, Newman lived a floor below because he would always go, Newman.
Yeah.
And-
Hello, Newman.
Newman.
And what about Friends? Did they all live in the same building?
I think so.
Joey and Chandler were roommates across the hall from Monica and Rachel.
And then didn't Phoebe live downstairs?
Phoebe lived in a different building and Ross lived across the way. But at one point, Chandler and Monica moved in together, at which point I think Rachel and Joey tried to cohabitate, but boy, did that get messy.
Did you? So you obviously watched all of it, loved it, thought it was funny. You thought Friends funny?
I watched Friends when I was young. I watched it when I was probably in middle school or early high school, and I thought it was good. I
I
enjoyed it.
loved it when I was young.
I don't really get the whole. I mean, people say the same thing about Seinfeld. They say it's like the worst sitcom of all time. Seinfeld's fucking hilarious. If you ever like this?
Who says Seinfeld is the worst sitcom of
Some
all
people
time?
hate Seinfeld.
I think it's quite the opposite. I think that they say it's the best.
well, it is
golden
probably
standard.
the best if it's up there, but it's people. A lot of people hate it.
But everyone
It's like a
doesn't
common
agree.
trend right now. It's like hating Taylor Swift.
Because there's so many people that like it.
Yeah,
There's a nice little counterculture against it. Just never really moved the needle for me.
Seinfeld.
No, Friends.
Oh yeah, I mean I get it. It's not like for everybody. It's for more feminine guys like me and Francis.
No, dude. Have you heard about how I jerk off? dude?
Yeah, true. The way that you jerk off, I'm surprised you didn't get into like Cheers.
Yeah, I jerk off like Norm.
Yeah,
Dude, Frasier's back, and Frasier was originally a character on Cheers, you know?
Yeah.
And then he got his spin-off series with Frasier, which is arguably the most successful spin-off ever. And one time I was out in Hawaii and I was sitting down eating sashimi, and I looked up and I thought, boy, that guy looks a lot like Frasier.
Kelsey Grammer.
And he saw me looking at him, and I still remember he gave me a look as if to say, go ahead, you know who I am.
oh, that's nice.
And I said, are you Mr. Kelsey Grammer? And he goes, I am. And he stood up to shake my hand. And immediately I said, you played middle school football with my dad. He goes, get the fuck out of here. He said that.
Really,
Yeah, swore.
he cussed.
He did.
That's interesting.
I know. Risky. And then I said, hey, my dad's Corky Ellis, and you guys played at Rumson Country Day. And he goes, Corky Ellis, of course. Of course.
Really?
And I don't know if he was actually remembering or
Yeah.
not, but he may have been.
You don't fucking forget Corky Ellis from
No.
Rumson Country
Yeah,
Day.
you probably don't.
You
probably
really
don't.
I also feel like it's a lot easier to remember people from your childhood
Yeah.
than
So
it is like people that you meet now.
we talked a little longer, and then he gave me his phone number. And then the next summer, he was starring in La Cage aux Folles on Broadway, The Birdcage,
Yeah.
which was the hit play, the hit musical of that summer with Douglas Hodge. And I texted him and I said, Kelsey, period. It's Francis. We met over sashimi last summer in Oahu. Could we, I saw that you're in the play. Any chance I could get some tickets? Would love to come see you. And he goes, I've set 2 aside. Is this night work? And I said, yep. And we went. And then after the show, we went out for drinks with him and the entire cast.
Oh, that's awesome.
And we had a great time. But I had a very
You
bad.
guys must have really hit it off in Hawaii for him to give you your phone number.
Well, he had played football with my dad,
Yeah.
which gave me a better in. It sort of made him trust.
I feel like
me.
if someone came up to me and they were like, I played football with your dad, I probably wouldn't be like, let me give you my phone number. We're gonna have to talk. We're gonna have to continue this off air.
He knew
Yeah.
based on my dad that I would not.
You're
be
of
someone
good
who would-
stock.
Yeah, I would not be someone who would abuse.
True.
in.
I always did think of that about your dad.
Yeah.
So that's not an abuser.
No. And then I had a cold, and I was sitting across the table from them, and they were in the middle of their run on Broadway, and they heard that I had a cold, and they kind of distanced themselves because they didn't want to get my
They didn't want to
cold.
lose their voices.
Yeah, and I felt bad because I think after I might have gotten some of the members of the cast sick.
And then they had to cancel I remember they had to cancel the run.
That's right.
Yeah, it was like a historic run.
Oh,
They
and
just
everybody
canceled the
lost
whole
their
thing.
job at the
Yeah,
theater.
Yep.
a lot of people.
A lot of union guys.
Yeah.
Good
But
union guys.
No matter
from
what
Rockaway.
happened that night, it wasn't as bad as 9/11.
That is true.
So that
Holy
was
shit.
worse.
That's a good way to think about
That
things.
was worse. Yeah.
Israel's real. I guess we don't have to get into Israel, but
Well, what were you gonna say?
they
Yeah,
just
what
keep on tweeting that it's like 15 9/11s. They're trying to get America on their side because people are very passionate about 9/11.
Keep going.
Well, it's like that's like what they did with COVID. They were like, it's been 200 9/11s. I don't think 9/11 is a good scale to use things.
200 9/11s. Boy, that
It was more than 200. It was probably like 1,000 9/11s, 2,000 9/11s.
well, there were. There were what 2,000 people that perished from
In
9/11.
yes.
So you're
I
talking.
mean, Louis
about,
had the bit where he was like, "Yeah, 9/11 wasn't that bad. It was only one 9/11."
Yeah. God, we got to get
But
that,
that-
son of a bitch on this podcast.
That's 400,000 people, isn't it? Is 2,000 times 2,000 400,000?
Isn't it 4 million?
What the fuck are you guys talking about?
I think it's 400,000.
I think it's 400K. I'm only big 4 million. It's 4 million. You were wrong.
It's 6
And
zeros.
I didn't even go to college.
Excuse me. It's 6 zeros with a 4,
Euros.
which would
He
be.
said
You're right. 4
euros.
million.
I think he was talking about
You're
the
right.
sandwich.
You're right. It is 4 million. Excuse me. So that are 4 million people dead right now?
I think it's like 2 something.
2 million?
Have died in the last week over in the Middle East.
Are you for real?
No, from COVID.
Okay. COVID. Did you say COVID?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's what originally your comparison was?
Because you thought he was talking about Israel.
I did.
Well, you said that they used 9/11 as like a stat for how many people have died in Israel, Palestine. And then I was saying that they did that with COVID too.
I missed the switch to COVID.
Oh, yeah. They said there was like 2,000 COVIDs or 2,000 9/11s.
Wow, that's a lot.
It's a lot of
9/11s.
9/11.
Yeah,
That's to the point where I'm like, this is an issue.
that's what it took.
Like around 1,099, I'm like, all right, guys, this has been a lot of 9/11s.
But I'll take the jab.
Not enough. I'm not wearing a mask today. Not enough 9/11.
Not enough
yet.
9/11s have happened.
Yeah. Goodness me.
That is naughty. You boys are naughty the way you're talking.
That's him. He drives the cart. I just push the horse.
Have you guys seen have you guys been keeping up with Justin Timberlake and Britney Spears?
I have
Let's
not.
cover that.
So he got her pregnant,
Right.
and then she got Schmorshman because he wasn't ready to be a father. Which honestly, I don't think JT's ever ready to be a father.
Isn't he a father right now?
He
Is
certainly is.
Yeah, he's a father.
Still
now.
not ready.
Mm-hmm.
He's not. No, JT's a fatherly guy. I don't like how JT's name's been dragged through the mud through all this.
Me neither.
JT was like a hero of mine
I'm
for
ready
quite
to.
some time.
I'm ready to spread some rumors about Britney to discredit her.
Yes.
You don't really have to spread any rumors. She's kind of fucking off the rails.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she's like literally like dancing with knives with like ass naked
Yeah.
and
Those
she
low waist shorts.
Yeah.
tiny undies. But she said that there was one time when they met Genuine and they just like he just turns up the black scent so much and he met Genuine and was like, "Oh, for shiz."
That's classic JT though.
That's so
Mhm.
funny.
That's not surprising. I just watched a video this morning of JT dancing
What
19 years ago.
It's
JT.
and he'd like beatbox for like
He would
6 years.
beatbox big.
He
time.
would go.
Boonch, boonch, boon, boonch, boon.
He was
And
was
he
it.
would, he would
Don't
dance.
be so quick to walk away.
He would like dance on stage while he was beatboxing.
Do you think
It's
that?
like, man, I'm tired of singing.
Do you think
And he
that
was my hero.
I love JT.
Here we go.
Future Sex Love Sounds. Yeah, let me listen to him dancing.
Hit it.
They call me the lake. Timberlake.
And then that the song is like ba da ba da 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 da.
And
That's
he
not
did that.
like a
You think he
cool-
did that and he was like, I'm gonna shock the world with this?
What's crazy is he did. Like at the time, there was like white girls were losing their shit.
Yeah, I would have lost my shit over that.
That's what's going on with like Harry Styles right now, and people are too lost in the moment to like see it. Like Harry Styles is just doing some crazy shit, and people are like, "What the fuck is happening?" But he's just the glorified member of a boy band who's like been the one that made it the most because he's the most eccentric, and we'll look back in 10 years and be like, "What the fuck was he doing?"
T?
No, H.
H.
I don't mean to slander Harry's in front of you, but this dude is.
No, I don't think so. I actually don't mind Harry Styles. I know it's like a popular thing to hate him, but it's a popular thing to hate all those really famous people. The Taylor Swift thing, I am getting annoyed by.
Are you?
Yeah.
Why?
Well, the Kelsey and Taylor Swift thing, it's like, dude, we get it.
Well, it's just gonna. I mean, it's these people are riding for her so hard that they have nowhere to go.
The handshake with Brittany Mahomes was a little much.
Yeah,
That seemed like that was almost pre-recorded.
that they had planned the handshake.
Yeah.
Are you telling me
100%.
that wasn't fully
No,
spontaneous?
no.
Fully
I
spontaneous.
had the same take
choreographed?
on the rundown just now, and Gia put me in my place.
What'd she say? Well, Gia's an ultra Swiftie.
Ultra Swifty? What's that like?
She's
The most
she's
rapid-
radicalized.
Yeah.
What's faster than Swift? Ultra Swift?
I think ultra Swift is a legitimate thing, isn't it?
Ultra Swift is
The speed.
The broom.
sounds like an incredibly powerful cleaning agent. The
But she is like if she were in a war-torn country where there was like a despot trying to take over, I think she'd be a quick one to radicalize. I think you could
100%.
radicalize her.
Taylor?
No, Gia, about what she's
Oh,
shown from
yeah.
how much she believes in Taylor.
Sure.
She's all in on whatever propaganda, and she's going to speak the party line.
I'll be honest with you, I would too, but more for self-preservation. I have no problem with despots or tyrants.
No.
As long as we line up behind them. As long as we're on their good side. Have you ever seen The Last King of Scotland?
No.
Yes.
Oh, that's a haunting movie.
It's not about Scotland, it's about Africa.
Well, that's a given.
Idi Amin, Forrest Whitaker, his best role.
I went in thinking it was going to be like a Martin McDonough movie about like Scotland or something, like a cheeky movie where they like try to like have a town like buy a church or some fucking cute shit or something. I didn't know it was going to be about fucking genocide.
Yeah, it's bad. But the doctor, he's his confidant, the white Scottish doctor, who's played by the guy from Professor X and the old X-Men movies. You see those?
Professor X.
James McAvoy.
Yeah.
And Idi Amin takes power, and everyone thinks, oh, this is going to rid the country of corruption and improve things. And sure enough, he becomes suspicious and then starts killing all of his dissidents. And then he finds out that James McAvoy is having an affair with one of his many wives, I think. And he strings him up with hooks to his skin, the skin of his back.
Yeah.
And hauls him up into the air.
That's gotta hurt.
He's hanging by his own
Jesus
skin.
Christ.
Yeah. Well, that was slightly different. That was
Yeah.
a crucifixion.
Yeah, same idea.
Nailed to the cross.
Yeah.
There was no nailing here.
Ugh.
This is a little
Hooks.
bit more kinky.
Yeah, it's a little more freaky.
You ever see like an elephant get carried aloft by a helicopter in a net?
Have you
Yeah.
seen a Dumbo drop? Have you ever watched a Dumbo drop before?
Yeah.
It looks more like that
All right.
in this scene.
So nails instead of
No,
hooks instead of
hooks-
nails.
hooks are
Sorry,
in.
I keep on getting
And there
lost
was
on the
a-
nail thing.
There was a performance artist recently who did this, who hung by his skin.
I think it's like a thing. I think it's like a kink that people have.
It happens in the Halloween movies.
Is it now?
In the new one, or the Halloween Kills, he gets hung up by a knife.
Oh, have you seen a lot of those?
Yeah.
Have you seen Sisu?
No.
There's a scene in Sisu where they're hanging him, and they leave him, and he's hanging, and he senses that there's a nail nailed into the beam behind him, and he drives his leg into the nail, and then just to stop himself from hanging.
Pretty good reflexes
And
and reaction time.
Well, he's holding himself up by the nail that's driven into his muscle.
Same as Kevin McAllister in Home Alone.
Is that right?
He did that same exact thing to Marv.
Marv?
To fucking Marv. Anyway, the Idi Amin What were you? Or you were just describing the plot of that story?
I was kind of seeing how many movies we could link together.
Yeah, we got pretty far.
We went a long way.
Yeah, that was impressive. That was super fucking good.
Hmm.
Hanging always freaked me out as a kid.
Me too.
Big time. I watched The Gallows when I was a child.
Miguel. Heavens.
It's a nasty hook. Is that a hook or a nail? What am I looking at right now?
People used to do that shit on like America's Got Talent.
Oh,
They'd like
yeah.
hang by their back hooks.
Yeah.
And then they'd like take out hooks and they'd be hanging by just one.
It was a lot of pain.
You'd like see the fucking just that tint of their skin
Yeah.
hanging up. I don't.
They would also always eat swords.
Yeah.
I was never into that. Where are they going?
Yeah, that doesn't make
It's
any
gonna be
sense.
a bad shit the next day.
But imagine what they do, what that sloppy toppy's like, though.
Yeah, true. If you can put down a whole sword.
You could crawl down their throat.
See,
dude.
that's too deep.
It's way too deep.
I don't want to go that deep.
No, I don't want to be in the stomach.
You ever been
Lord knows I could
deep-throated?
be.
Have you ever been deep throated?
Yeah,
You have?
yeah, big time.
You ever do that? You ever do that thing where they mash their gums against your stomach?
No.
That's the best. You're missing out.
I'm trying
brother.
to picture it.
Gum mashing against the stomach.
They
does
don't
not really
just
seem
go
like my
all the way
style.
down. They stay down and then go. That's my favorite.
Yeah.
I don't touch it, but I don't touch their head. By the way, I'm not that guy.
You
I'm
think,
not
that,
like,
you think
"Ah!"
that's Oh yeah, yeah.
Stay down.
Yeah, that can't even feel good. I don't really get why people do that. It's like a big porn move. You're like grabbing the head and like.
Guys just must be losing themselves in the moment.
Yeah, true.
I don't touch.
We were
anyone's
talking about
head.
donkey punches last night
Oh,
on stage. Me and Colum.
you were?
Yeah,
And that's where you punch a woman in the head, and what happens?
she
Her-
grips up,
Her her b-hole tightens or something,
something like that. Weird.
Yeah, that's
or her v-hole tightens or something.
I was saying that would have to be a funny conversation to have with your kids as to why your mom has like Antonio Brown levels of CTE.
Oh God, damn.
That's what happened
dude.
to Terry Shiva,
Yeah.
dude. That's how she wound up in her
Yeah.
vegetable state.
Why is mom retarded now?
Eat
I
your
don't know.
vegetables.
I don't know, but she does poop out the thinnest strips of poop you've ever seen.
Her
Comes out like
bias-
ribbons.
Yeah.
It's angel hair pasta coming out of her butt every night. We really closed the sphincter
Like
on
Mom
that.
ground
wasn't
beef.
always this way. Too many donkey punches.
She wouldn't have it any other way though. She loved it.
Yeah. This is
Like
exactly
silly
how she
string
wanted to be. And she's
filling the-
happy now.
She's happy. Trust me.
Now that she can't think.
I love this.
But
Tell the
thing-
kids.
The fucked up part is that someone had to have done that and be like, "Fuck, that was good. I need a name for that." The first
The
person.
first donkey punch could not have been consensual.
I doubt many of them are. You think it became more accepted after that?
It's got to be the least consensual sex move of all time.
I think I can think of another that's worse.
What?
Just
plain old.
Yeah, plain old.
But I mean, I could see Alex Cooper being like, tell the guys to like
Donkey
fucking
punch?
like have them go to like a boxing class, hone the jab, and have them fucking hit you right in a specific spot. Get into Rumble,
Yeah,
and fucking have them nail you.
you could see that, or do her doing a diagram of the brain, the lobes. You want it hit right here between the occipital and the frontal
The
cortex.
hypothalamus is really where it's going to have the best
Yeah.
pleasure for both of you.
Any left of that, and you're gonna lose your sense of smell for good.
1 inch to the left, you'd be dead.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're gonna get spots at the corner of your peripheral vision.
But that's the joy of it, though, is the danger.
I never even had heard of it until last night.
Donkey punching? I guess that's not your generation.
No,
What were you kids talking about?
missionary mostly.
What about like you didn't have rusty trombone?
No, we had
conversations
like
and-
what is it? Alaskan pipeline?
what's that?
Is that when you freeze the shit in a condom and then you use it as a dildo?
Oh my god!
Yeah, that was actually how I lost my virginity. That was how I was introduced to sex.
Which way? Were you shit in the condom?
I had to shit in a condom, keep it in the freezer for. You want to keep it in for 48 to 72 at least. 48 is pretty much the best you can get away with
Because it'll get too hard?
because it gets too soft if it's not.
Oh.
You want it to be hard as a rock.
like an ice sculpture.
Yeah, and it's also you're training your body. You want to have a smooth diet, so you're eating a lot of fiber for weeks in preparation.
Mm.
I like how it's named after like a hot button issue of the day. like a political thing.
Yeah. What was the one? What's the
The
one?
hanging Chad.
What's the one with that goes through the Native American reservation? The pipeline.
The smallpox blanket.
No. There's a pipeline that they're talking
These all
about.
sound. The Trail of Tears sounds like
Tears.
these all sound like sex thing.
Yeah.
What, the Indian sunburn?
No. The pipeline that they're talking about building through Native American land, but it's always being protested.
Someone's been listening to the Daily.
I'm sure there's people who know this.
Someone's been listening to the Wall Street Journal podcast.
Sounds like the Penn Casino's toilet flowing water. What, can I not say that?
I didn't. What do you mean?
Aren't casinos typically built on like Native American land?
Oh yeah, I guess a lot of them are.
You're on your own.
I'm fine. I don't think that'll be a big deal.
The DraftKings
The
was
deafening
built on...
silence after I made the joke sure scared me a little bit, though.
I thought that you were talking about a time that you guys had gone to a Penn Casino and like there was like a septic problem or something.
That's exactly what I was talking about.
Of course.
Thanks for saving me there.
No,
I guess I
think
could have just used any other casino there.
That's what I was thinking.
I was kind of thinking it would be a good callback, though, to the good old days.
Dude, I was in the Dominican Republic this weekend.
Yeah, I know.
I'm going on Monday
To where?
to the DR.
Really?
Yeah, are you just saying this as a thing?
No, he was there. And
Oh.
he wouldn't tell me where he was going, and kept telling me he was going to upstate New York.
I
This is
did
how I
say
know
that.
Ro makes a lot of money, because the Eagles lost, and then he was like, I guess I'll just go to the Dominican Republic, last minute vacation.
Yeah, I was bummed.
Yeah.
Where'd you go in the DR?
I flew into Santiago.
He was in the middle of nowhere. His wife posted an Instagram story. I clicked on the geotag, and it was literally just in the middle of the ocean. You did the same thing? Yeah. Just
What-
the middle of nowhere.
What resort did you stay at?
Who knows? Who even knows?
Sorry, I don't
Not
wanna
much of
put
a
you on the
resort as it
spot.
was just they just rented the island.
That's
No,
it.
I honestly I didn't post about it because it's like too hot. Like everybody's anytime not that place. I'm saying anytime I go on vacation, everybody's like, "Oh, look at you!" And by everybody, I mean him, dude.
Yeah.
He's like
And
the
then I
number
still
one.
find out.
He's the number one.
He thinks I
pocket
won't
watcher.
find out. I find out.
I just said it out loud.
Yeah, I knew before.
What do you mean?
I'm going with Foreplay on Monday.
To the Dominican
What?
Republic?
Yeah, we're going to Casa de Campo.
Why was I
Casa
not
de
invited?
Campo?
Where is that? Where are you flying into?
I don't know. What are the airports in the Dominican?
Tell them I'll get a haircut and I'll
Santiago.
wear some proper golf clothes if I can come.
I think they said you're not hitting your woods well enough to play.
I'm better than 3/4 of that show.
You're better than.
Riggs.
Here's who's going, just so you know.
Okay.
From them, it's Frankie, Riggs, Trent, Lurch, and Dan.
I'm better than Dan. I'm
No,
better than
you're
Trent,
not
I'm
better than
Riggs.
Dan.
Yeah, I am. Easily.
Dan's a scratch.
So supposedly, I watched his video.
He's really.
I wasn't
good.
Scratch.
He's
Are you
really
better than
good.
Dan?
No.
Yeah, you are.
No, I'm not.
I'm kidding. I've never seen anything that Dan did.
Dan's amazing.
I did hear he was a scratch golfer, though.
Frankie's gotten really good.
Frankie's good.
Oh, he's a stick bud.
Yeah.
Oh, the guy's got a fucking
He's
arm.
an absolute stick bud.
Riggs can play a bit now, and and then Lurch I think is really good.
Oh, but a stick.
Trent's honestly better than me, too.
So you're the worst.
I would be the worst, yeah.
Yeah, but that's okay. They're not bringing us for our ability.
Well, they're not bringing us.
No.
They're bringing you.
Yep.
They're bringing you because you can hang with that crew.
I like hanging with that
Yeah,
crew.
I can't.
Why not?
Because he'll just be like, "Did you hear that the room in Austin only seats 300 people?" He'd be like, "Joe DeRosa was at Skankfest," and they'd be like, "Listen, bro, we're here to talk about golf."
That is exactly
I
what it would
bombed
be like.
so hard.
Last
3
time I
weeks
went,
ago.
when I went and golfed, when I did the foreplay video, we went and got food in the tea house. What is it called?
The tea house.
What is it called? The greenhouse?
See, this is
Clubhouse?
why, bro.
Clubhouse. And I just talked about Shane's new special the entire time.
Yeah.
I was like, you guys, it's gonna blow your minds. It's so fucking
Yeah,
good.
they're like,
They
yeah,
were like,
Tony
yeah,
Hinchcliffe's
totally.
writing style is actually super unorthodox.
So Ric Flair went on Kill Tony and they kicked him off mid-show. It was fucking insane. They're like, we do not give a
Yeah,
fuck.
like we don't
at
know
all.
who any of that shit is, dude. We're in literal
We do
paradise
not
right
care.
now, playing like the most luxurious. It's like, yeah, they never invite me to come
Yeah.
out.
Anyways, I got 2 spots at the stand, so I better get back to the city.
You had the
It's
same
crazy. I
conversation.
used to never get back. I used to never get booked twice in one night, and now it's just like it feels like every night I'm booked twice a night. It's crazy.
I mean, sure, it's like probably 2 upstairs and 1 downstairs, but like I'm pretty much their first fill-in guy if someone drops out. Of downstairs.
You you have the same conversation no matter who you're around.
Yeah, 100%. I was in
Yeah.
Denver and I was at a bar just 10 minutes into it. I'm talking to 2 strangers and I'm like, yeah, the seats in the rooms, it's like it really is about like the height of the ceiling, and it's just like House of Comedy in Bloomington, the ceilings are way too high, so I did not have a good set, obviously. And they're like, dude, we said we watched one Bill Burr special 10 years ago.
If you know this about yourself, then why do you not change it?
Because I enjoy talking about it.
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah,
But you should add other things.
I do add other things, but it's like I get drunk and then I'm just fucking.
You revert.
Yeah.
Autopilot.
Yeah.
The only things I enjoy talking about are what the people with me like talking about.
Yeah.
I don't like talking about things because I like talking about them. If someone's interested in politics, I'll talk about politics with them. If someone's interested in comedy, I'll talk about comedy with them. But I'm not going to make someone who's interested in comedy listen to politics talk.
But
you know what I mean?
You must have some things that you would, if you could spin a wheel of conversation, you would like to talk. You would hope it would land on a certain thing.
I don't know. I feel like that's a good mark of being well-rounded. Is just like, yeah, like, oh, what are you into? Like, and seeing if I have something about that.
I think that's more of a mark of just how good of a citizen of the world you are.
But you got to be interested in everything. It'll just be such a better conversation if you get to talk to somebody about some shit that they like or that they're interested in.
But I think you put that ahead of even not so much like being well-rounded and diverse in your interests, but rather you want to put you're so good at putting people at ease. And you say,
but I mean, you've talked about this even in some of your comedy, and I don't want to give anything away, but like if you're around a certain audience, you'll probably tailor your worldviews a little bit to be like, yeah, I also like or hate that group of people.
Yeah, and people shun that. Like code switching has become this thing.
Yeah, Justin Timberlake's getting dragged by Britney Spears for a little code switching.
Why is JT being like, oh, Genuine, what's up, dog? Why is that any worse than when my dad goes to Paris and speaks English in broken English, thinking the French people will understand it better?
Louder.
We go train station now? It's like,
you have baguette?
Yeah, I don't think you omitting verbs actually makes it more easy for the taxi driver to get us to our destination.
Yeah, they understand English probably.
Speaking slower and enunciating is helpful, but you know.
Code switching for Genuine. It probably just made Genuine feel great.
Yeah. Is Genuine good?
What do you mean?
At rapping?
Genuine sang that song Pony. Jump on it, do it, ride it, my pony.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
That was a classic. But I mean, I just don't blame Justin Timberlake for wanting to be black. It's way cooler.
I had to learn that when I would meet black people, that I had to just be white, because no matter what I did, they were going to make fun of me for being white.
So you wanted to lean into being white.
I'll be the punching bag, the court jester.
Yeah, that's fun.
Know? It's hard.
That's a healthy use of white privilege. That and flying with the weed. Being the one that flies with the weed.
Yeah.
That's the best use of white privilege. I mean, now it's not a big deal, but when it was dicier, being like, I'll fly with the weed.
Yeah.
They're not looking at my bag.
Give it to me. Yeah. I can take a pinch.
Yeah. Exactly.
like in the town.
Yeah.
When the guy goes in.
I can take one.
I can take a pinch.
I can take a pinch. Yeah. It really is like that. We could take a pinch. We talk our way out of it. We wouldn't. There wouldn't even be a pinch. There'd be no pinching. There'd be no squeeze.
My wife asked me recently the last time that I got pulled over for speeding. And it was high school.
Damn. Because you don't speed?
No, I do. But I think that I'm vigilant as I'm speeding.
Do you use Waze?
I do, but I don't think that's helped me avoid speed
Well, it helps
traps.
me.
Really?
Oh, for sure.
I don't know. I guess I don't know. I knock on wood. I think I'm somewhat savvy about my speeding.
How so? What are some of the tricks of the trade?
If a road has a lot of sort of pull-off areas that are shrouded by trees,
Mm.
then I will know one of these is probably going to have a cop in it, and I won't speed as much there.
Well, dude, cops are so dumb. They don't know that you're speeding if you're in the right lane. They can't detect speeding unless you're in the left lane.
It sounds like an old wives' tale.
That's how dumb cops are. Every single one of them.
Where is this coming from?
Cops are so dumb, and then you could just really finish the sentence however you want.
Yeah,
But
that you can't.
but
They
you,
can't detect speeding if you're in the left lane.
when you're in the right lane, it's like anytime I'm in the right lane, I feel like I'm never in trouble of getting
You're
caught
never
speeding.
gonna get pulled over in the right lane.
Right, exactly. But if you're in the left lane, whizzing past people, even if you're going fast as fuck in the right lane,
Yeah.
you don't have to
You
worry
could be going 90 in the right lane. You're not gonna get stopped.
because cops are so dumb.
Yeah.
We're on the same page.
I had a good cop tricking story. I was on a boat one time as a youth, and we got pulled over because they can just board the boat.
That's just happened to me.
They're like
Coast Guard.
pirates. Yeah,
Coast Guard.
they can just pull up and just get on the boat.
Are you talking
Nothing
Coast
to-
Guard or are you talking
Coast
about
Guard.
water cops?
Coast Guard.
Okay, yeah.
And they were like, "How many life jackets do you guys have?" I was like, a whole gang of fellas.
There needs to be one
Probably
for every
9
person.
fellas. We had 1 life jacket. Me, being the smart man that I am, pulled the life jacket out. 1, put it back in. 2, all the way to 9. He's
Are
like,
you
"All right, you're good?"
serious?
Yeah.
That's how dumb they were?
Yeah.
That's really
Yeah,
dumb.
Yeah. He was standing at an angle where he couldn't see it, and I just pulled out the same life jacket 9 times.
That's like a magic trick where they keep pulling scarves out of their
Yeah,
fucking
yeah.
hand or something.
It was very smart of me.
That's like in My Cousin Vinny when they wrap the $1 bills around the $20 bills around the $1 bills, and let's say it's $200 or something like that. That's like the oldest trick in the book,
I know.
damn near.
Yeah.
Do you think that there's a chance that the cops are just like, fuck? I bet there's a more than 50% chance that the cops
Dude,
are like,
the Coast
I know
Guards
what the fuck.
on a beat on the water of the suburbs of Massachusetts. That's like the most action they're gonna get all year.
that's what I mean.
They don't have like the cartel coming in on fucking.
But
pirate
that's why they're
ships.
just like, man, fuck these kids. Like, what are we gonna like book these kids?
I think that's what they were trying to do. That's what they want to do. They would get off on that.
And you were just quick thinking.
Yeah.
What is your
That was
how'd
back
your-
when I was having run-ins with the law constantly.
Do you refer to officers as officer?
Ossifer.
I like doing that. I like addressing uniformed people by their official titles.
I just oink at them.
Yeah, I go. Squeal, piggy.
Get out of here, pig. Get out of here, colonizer.
One time I was walking on-
Fucking fascist.
You bastard.
I was-
Fascist bastard. Go ahead.
You must feel real proud.
Your mom know what you do? You fucking fascist bastard. No, nothing better to do with your fucking time.
Yeah. After you get pulled over going 80 in a 45.
Yeah.
What happened with this
off.
Saints guy? What happened? What was that about?
He was
Guy-
going 35 over, and he's like, I play for the Saints. And the dude's quote was like,
I don't care.
And
and which is so funny.
that's good.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be one thing if you paid for like a good team like the Patriots or the fucking Eagles or the Giants.
Giants are not
But he
good.
plays for the Saints. You see that video of the Saints quarterback? What is his name? Carr, his last name?
Derek Carr.
Screaming at the fucking wide receiver.
No.
Where are you?
That's who he was screaming at, Olave.
Yeah.
And then later Olave went reckless
Went
driving.
Fucking
Wow.
stand mode.
Yeah, he didn't
I'm doing 80 on the freeway.
go as fast as he could running, but he went as fast as
Yeah.
he could driving for sure.
Where the fuck were you? He got picked up on another dude on the Ravens was mic'd up, and he got picked up by that guy's mic.
But then the whole rest of the
Zach
team
must have been fucking screaming.
but it wasn't supposed to go. The ball wasn't supposed to go to him, and the whole rest of the team was like, "Yeah, like that wasn't designed for him to get the ball. Like there was no chance that he was even going to be part of that play.
But I think he was supposed to cover someone.
You're a receiver. He's not covering anyone."
Oh, he's still like.
They said he
blocking
was
out that
supposed to
one
clear
dude.
out so there was more
Yeah.
room in the flat. If you really want to break down the X's and O's of the football,
Bro, that's what I'm trying to do.
well, I mean, Taysom Hill gets out and goes so fast in the flat that you really need to get his go route going so you have enough space where the cornerback is drawn off the line of scrimmage enough so he has a little bit of wiggle room to run the ball
Oh yeah,
after the catch, little yak, yards after catch.
dude, I love watching videos of teammates fighting.
Francis was
on
just
Sunday
watching
night.
fucking hockey fights
Oh,
at
yeah.
his desk.
Yeah,
He
it's
was
the
just
best.
posted up in front. Just
I like watching
casually
videos-
watching hockey fights.
I like watching videos of coaches screaming at the refs, and I like watching videos of the same people on the same team fighting, like when the quarterback loses their shit.
One
Like
time
when Brady would walk back to the bench, and the fucking offensive coordinator would be like, "He was open, by the way," And then Brady's like, "You don't think I fucking know that?" It's so funny.
What do you search for that? What do you search to find that?
Teammates fighting.
Infighting.
Yeah.
Teammates
Or
fighting
coaches fighting with teammates.
on YouTube?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's compilations.
There's whole channels dedicated to it.
Oh yeah, I gotta watch that.
They're the best.
Because that's good, healthy communication.
Yeah. I love watching. Like, I love when Diggs goes over to the sidelines and just yells at Josh Allen, "Be smarter." And Josh Allen's like, "I know. I'm sorry."
That is, it's a crazy level of accountability to just yell at teammates that athletes have. That they're just like being like, "Well, I need you fucking over here. You're fucking up."
You got to rough up the teammates sometimes.
I know.
I always wonder when I watch Hard Knocks about the sort of hierarchy of power on a sports team. Because by the time you get to professional sports, it's no longer as, age doesn't be, it's not as much of a signifier.
It's definitely,
do you know what I mean? Like in college, you've got 18 to 21-year-olds who are being coached by, 50, 40, 55, 60-year-old men.
Yeah.
And it's still a like respect my older and better person. But by the time you're in the pros, you've got offensive coordinators and special teams coaches who are either the same age or maybe roughly the same age or a little bit older. And
Sean McVay was like 32.
Yeah. Mike McDaniels, like all these people who then it's like there's not
an inherent authority.
It's not that way anymore. And so how do you keep someone in line? Is it simply money? Everyone knows you'll get paid more if you fucking play along and you abide.
It's probably money and respect. They're all big respect guys.
Are those NFL coaches they're not making those guys who talk back go run laps, are they?
Have you ever had a boss that's younger than you?
I don't think so.
Would you respect them?
It would depend on their body of work.
I thought you were going to say their body type.
I did too, to be honest.
That's a given.
Honestly, I think that that probably is true for you as well, though.
Yeah.
Like if a dude was shredded and he was younger than you and he was your boss, you'd be like, well, he's disciplined.
Yeah.
I have to respect him. If you had like some sloppy slob as your boss, you'd be like, I'm not fucking listening to that fucking.
It'd be a lot harder.
But also their body of work.
One time I signed up at Equinox and they give you that first personal training session for free to try to get you to do it. And the guy who came out to give me my free session was like morbidly obese. And I was like, what? Is this for real? That guy's a trainer. He's going to train me. I need
that is crazy.
I need somebody who fucking walks the walk or just walks.
Yeah.
He came out on a scooter.
Yeah.
He's like, all right.
He had a shirt on that said "Fitness is Life" and it was tucked in.
It's not your life, brother.
Accentuating his gut.
Be yourself. But it is crazy that there is no threshold of what it takes to be a personal trainer. There's always personal trainers in our buildings gym that are training like the old ladies. But they're like, these dudes are like 58 years old and like pretty chubby themselves. Yeah. But they're just in better shape than like the octogenarians that they're training.
Right.
Dude, you know what I saw? I was flying home on Monday, or I was flying back to New York, and there was I was cracking up at the, like in LaGuardia, how they have the walking escalators.
You're talking about an escalator.
Yeah, but no, the ones that you just walk on. Like it's like the walking sidewalk.
But that's not an escalator. That's a moving sidewalk.
A moving sidewalk. You know what I'm talking about, though?
Are you talking about an escalator?
No. Okay, a moving sidewalk. You know what I mean?
And that has the stairs.
No, there's no stairs on it. So it's
flat?
not an escalator. Yeah, it's flat.
That's a moving sidewalk.
Yeah, a moving sidewalk.
Not
an
escalator.
Yeah, you know how they have those in LaGuardia?
I've seen them at JFK.
All right. I was cracking up the people that don't walk on them. People that just stand still.
I hate those people.
Dude, those things go like
they don't go very fast.
0.25 miles per hour. That's like a different level of lazy.
Yeah, to be like, I need a rest.
Dude, you walk, that's like a 10-minute ride down one of those things of just sitting there.
And it turns into the craziest traffic jam.
Oh, yeah.
And whoever is the person who's doing it always has their carry-on luggage in a plastic bag that says "thank you" up and down every single time, dude.
Dude, the person that invented those, I'm sure in a million years they never thought someone was going to stand still on one of those things.
Right, it was going to accelerate everybody.
Yeah.
It's going to like whip you through the
Yeah.
airport and get you there faster, not make crazy log jams.
Like an hour. It's like an hour trip if you do that.
Yeah.
From gate like 88 to the fucking exit. It's literally an hour if you're standing still on those things.
And standing double wide.
Oh yeah.
They're never on the side.
Yeah, you're never pulling off to the side,
They
or
think-
making yourself thin.
They think everybody is there to just ride it.
I have
way
the same
through.
reaction to those people like when I pass them as like when you're a kid and you walk by a smoker and you cough a bunch to like let them know like
My
making,
mom
like,
was notorious.
yeah, just like a yeah. My bad. Your cigarette smoke was getting in
This
my
was-
face.
Yeah. So what do you do? What do you do to the people who are not
I go,
walking?
I'm walking by.
You say that
I go, hey, I'm walking by you. If they're taking up the whole thing.
instead of on your left?
Yeah. Walking like a normal person would.
Dude,
Howdy. Walking here.
or just like walking loud as fuck,
Yeah.
sighing.
I give him a little pat on the back. I'm like, let's go.
I'm becoming more vocal in public. Yesterday
Me
on the
too.
train, a woman was like, we got to the train station and everybody was standing in front of the door waiting to disembark from the train. And it's one of those doors where you have to go up and press the black square so the thing slides open. And everybody was just standing there. And the whole other side was fucking off of the train. Everybody's waiting. And I just yelled out to the lady, like, you have to go push the button yourself.
Yeah.
And we'd still be standing there if I hadn't said something.
Yeah.
It feels gratifying. It's like I'm in charge
It
of
does.
the train.
Because you know everyone else wants to speak up too. Just no one
Right.
has
It's
the
like, oh,
balls.
yeah, they didn't have the balls.
I think there should be a yearly test about whether or not people deserve to continue living. It can
And
be
you
pretty
wonder why
basic.
there's so many purge movies.
It
dude.
doesn't have to be a high bar. And obviously, you're going to have invalids.
But what would
and-
be the people that you don't think would deserve to stay living?
I think it's able-bodied people and able-minded people who are so oblivious because they are just the world hasn't checked them yet.
Yeah.
And they're not trying.
Yeah.
And most of them are in the White House right now. You know what I mean? But that's for another fucking time and place. People always
I
say
decided that's how I'm gonna start laughing, by the way.
because it's Halloween season,
Just I think that's a better laugh.
like Dracula.
Just there could just be a subtle like a
Mwah.
real belly laugh.
Like so you would type it out like a haha, like MUAH.
I want to go to a stand-up show and just sit in the crowd and every time,
Or like a
What
group
the
of people.
fuck? Yeah.
Like a group
Oh
of
yeah,
people
just get a
is all
group of
laughing
people.
like
Yeah.
that.
And if it's not funny, just like just like a little chuckle.
A chortle.
Then the big closer just you're like, what the fuck was that?
Detroit, how we feeling tonight?
Yeah.
Because I mean, it is all an act.
It is.
How you laugh.
Yeah. They say laughing is involuntary.
I think it's performative.
I think it's a little performative too. So I very rarely, when I laugh at my house, it's a lot different than I laugh in public. When I laugh at my house, it's more of like I'm like wheezing almost.
Oh, like exhale. I'd be like, yeah, just the exhale.
yeah. And I usually like pull out my phone and then text my buddies and I'm like, you guys got to see this.
It's a video.
Isn't it weird when you catch yourself laughing out loud alone?
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, that must have been really funny.
Yeah, the hardest I've ever laughed by myself was in Always Sunny, the episode Mac and Charlie Die. The first time I ever saw it when they
They
crashed
drive
the
the
car.
car.
That was the hardest I've ever laughed by myself. I was in tears laughing,
It's
like
the most.
rolling around in bed laughing.
It's so joyous to laugh
Yeah.
alone.
It
It's
is.
really good. It's really good.
That was the funniest thing I'd ever seen.
Trying to think about something. I think the funniest thing I've ever seen, or recently, let's say, was in I Think You Should Leave, season 1, where they do the parody of the Walk the Line audition scene.
Oh yeah.
Where they're in the
Yeah.
music studio and
And he sucks.
the guy, they change the song and he starts playing the song that the executives like, and then
Goes
he
back
comes
and-
in
yeah.
and starts improvising about skeletons and bones
yeah.
being their money.
It is so funny that they had that in season 1 because it's kind of like you had to have seen Walk the Line.
Yeah, but it would work
I guess
without
that's
having
true,
it
yeah.
seen it. But and also that came out way after.
What?
Walk the Line came out way before.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just saying it's pretty ballsy to have that in season 1 of a sketch show, like a deeply cut.
So
So that's
you
not
think
how
that
you would have done it.
in
huh?
later seasons
I'm
you would have earned it more,
Yeah,
or
Definitely.
established your tone more.
Yeah.
And then people would say classic. They do lots of parodies of
Yeah.
Walk the Line.
Yeah.
I don't think there's ever been
Yeah, you know what? I
another-
was wrong.
Well, good on you for admitting it. I'm glad we got you to back off a point. I don't think I've ever done that with you. I've never
No,
done
I
that.
just genuinely don't care that much about the Walk the Line controversy.
Well, Walk Hard. I mean, to advocate
Hard,
for,
yeah,
Walk
that's
Hard
true.
was Dewey Cox. That was a parody of Walk the Line.
Is Walk the Line that famous of a movie?
It's pretty good. It won a handful of Oscars.
It is a good movie.
Yeah. I think Reese won Best Actress, and
Yeah.
I don't think Joaquin won Best Actor, but he may have done.
I love the scene where he's on the tractor in the front yard,
I can't remember.
and like the whole family's there. It's when he's really going downhill.
Oh, doesn't he like drive it into the
He
lake?
drives it
or some
onto a rock, and he's like, "I can fix it." And they're like, "All right, dude, we're gonna get the fuck
Oh,
out
that's
of
when he's
here."
on the pills.
Yeah, they're like, "You're nuts."
Yeah, I remember that. Hey, quick thing. I've started throwing in a few Britishisms.
I've noticed, and I haven't been saying anything.
I've started. I can't help it.
I wasn't going to say anything, but now I might do
There you go.
because that's what you've been hitting us with and it's been about 3 to 4 weeks of them.
You don't like it?
No,
I
I
like
don't
it.
mind it, but I just didn't want to call you out.
But
I
as long
love
as I
mixing
don't
it
do
up.
it in an accent, I think it's okay.
Because have you ever noticed how Donnie does? He'll say "with."
Yeah, well, that's an impediment, no?
I don't know.
I don't think so.
I don't think he's doing that to be cool.
I think he's doing it just like that's how he heard it from the British.
I don't know if I agree with that because he doesn't do it with any other words.
Well, dude, so when Joey Langone does it, he's joking though, right?
Joey Langone?
I had
Yeah.
we had a
I don't know
great-
what accent.
We had
he's
a
emulating.
hilarious story about Joey Langone when we were in Long Island, and we did Long Beach. Remember the bartender? He was like, Joey Langone grew up here.
Yeah.
We used to be drinking buddies, and it would be like the two bartenders and Joey Langone would go out and get like fucked up all the time, and they like meet at the bar and get hammered. And you know how when Joey drinks like 2 beers, he loses his stutter completely.
Yes.
They said that they never knew he had a stutter. And then one day they hang out. One day they hung out during the day, and they were like, "Wait!" They're like, "What the fuck is this?"
He'll have 2 beers and the stutter will go away, or he'll just be in like a high pressure situation and it'll go away.
Yeah.
It's like, wait, how does it get better in high pressure? That's like you're an anomaly.
I saw a porn parody of the King's Speech where he could speak without a stutter as long as he was getting a blowjob. Like that was how she cured him.
Nuh-uh.
Yeah.
No
He
way.
would speak well while he was like fucking.
No way.
Yeah, it was pretty good. It was a good one. I watched it without even beating off
Yeah. I'm sure.
Just in wonderment.
for the story.
That is a pretty like good joke to have in a porn.
Yeah, it was good.
It
I ran into a dude yesterday. This is funny. I ran into a dude yesterday at my Aunt Collins show, Downtown Social. I don't know. I think he was a bartender. He was standing behind the bar. But
Is
then
this
I
a
saw
story
him.
about stand up?
No.
Oh.
And he's like, I'd never seen him there before. He comes up to me and he's like, "Hey man, what's up?" He's like, weird question. He's like, "You know Brandon Walker, right?" And I was like, "Yeah." And he's like, "So I used to do some work for Brandon for his like daily show that he used to do, the daily football show." And he's like, "I would do like notes and stuff for him." And he's like, "I don't really work for him anymore." He's like, "Now I'm mostly his tit guy." And I was like, "What?" I was like, "What do you mean by that?" And he was like, "I send him pictures of titties every single day." And he's like, and then he gets furious if I don't send them all like this. He's like, if I miss a couple days, he DMs me. It's like, "Where are my tits?"
Now,
and this is 100% real because
Brandon sent us the screenshot, sends him tits, and he sends like the date.
and
He's like, "Tits, Friday, the 12th."
and I heard Brandon Walker talk about this dude like 3 years ago. He would be like, "Y'all don't have a titty guy?"
Yeah. And he said he's been doing it for years. And he's like, "I haven't been able to do it the last week because I've been slammed." And I was like, yeah, you must have been really fucking busy to not be able to send one picture of titties. Sounds like
Yeah.
he's slacking is what it
Well,
was.
you're kind of patronizing him and disparaging this guy's work. How hard it is to send.
No, because he sent the picture and they were good titties. Like those were titties that you got to search for.
But it's also crazy that Brandon Walker can't just source his own titties
Oh yeah, really weird. Brandon could just Google titties. Yeah,
or just go on
Jefferson is his name.
Well, let me see here. Some of these titties. Oh gosh.
Yeah, Saturday.
So it
Um,
includes the face.
Yes, there is the face.
I don't know if I'd want that.
You just want regular titties.
I just want them as super close up.
There's the point that they're like just pixels.
No, not that close.
Maybe he gives you like a different pixel every day for like a year.
And then I could print it out
And
and
then you
make
can
a
print
puzzle.
it out and you can make a puzzle.
That'd be fun.
That would be, see, that's what I need. I need a guy that's going to do that for me.
Yeah.
And I'll save up all the titties.
Save them. Save the titties.
No, you don't fucking need that. But you also I mean, seeing a face that contextualizes it a little bit more.
Yeah.
And then seeing the pubic mound kind of confirms it, that you're not seeing. You know what you're seeing.
What's
Yeah.
the pubic mound?
You don't want those titties to be attached to a dick.
Brother.
Don't you think that wouldn't that
You never seen a good rack on a dude?
Oh, I thought you meant wrapped around a cock.
No,
titty
I'm
fucking.
saying you want to see the entire. You want to confirm that those are a woman's tits.
I
You don't want to
see.
see an Adam's apple.
No.
Unless you do.
Well, you just want to know what you're getting.
Yeah.
You
You're
want to know what
thinking,
you're
"I'll
getting.
give it to me straight. Am I getting girl titties or boy titties?
If you didn't
Tits,
know,
parentheses
would it
F,
really
yeah.
bother you?
If I didn't know?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, ignorance is bliss.
Well, also the titties that the guy or transgenders have are like decent titties. They're the same titties that people would get at like a boob job.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So no,
Huh.
How do you know that?
because I've seen it.
Where
Porn.
you watch?
Big into trans porn lately.
Are you serious?
No. No, you've never like accidentally been like, oh, what the fuck? And then it's just a dude. You like it's a dick.
Probably not enough to
You
say,
just told
wow,
me that
those
you were
breasts are
watching
really
you
well
watched the
crafted
King
and
the King's Speech porno. I know you've seen titties with a dick attached to them before. You're watching some weird porn.
I'm trying to think.
Like I saw who
No,
was the
I don't think I've ever watched one of those scenes. No.
No, I've never watched one of the scenes either. I've just seen pictures. Like, you know, like when a football player you'll look at their likes and it's always trans porn.
Is that so?
Yeah. Like a corner.
Yeah, Deshaun Watson.
Yeah, a lot of cornerbacks are really into trans porn.
Huh.
yeah,
That's really progressive of
Yeah.
them.
yeah, it's dope.
And then randomly, like everyone will start tweeting and they'll be like, bro, your likes are not private.
No.
And then the dude will like not tweet for like 3 months.
Yeah.
And then he'll come back one day and he'll be like, they think we weren't the best. With one of their generic football player tweets. They doubted us. ... 700,000 likes. If you think Travis Kelce isn't watching trans porn, you've lost your goddamn mind.
Is that right?
Yeah,
No, that's a fact.
it's a fact. One of Roan's buddies fucked him in the ass.
You mentioned that.
Yeah, but I don't know about the trans porn, but I think it's kind of a natural.
Yeah, it's assumed.
It's like a natural. Honestly, he probably has Taylor watching it.
Oh,
He's
100%.
probably like, look at this.
Yeah, the more titties. There's more
I
titties.
feel like we got to the same place the last time we did this.
There's only so much to talk about.
So anyway, I was in Dominican Republic this
Oh, yeah,
past
the
weekend.
DR.
Yeah.
Francis is going there next week. on
Monday
Monday.
before play.
Yeah.
Most of whom Hairball thinks he could beat.
Yeah. Well, if you're just more pleasant to be around, I feel like. Anyway, we're drinking.
Oh, I'm pleasant to be around. I'm the fucking king of the hang. Good hang last night, huh?
Here we go.
Hell of a hang.
Here we
I'm
fucking
looking
go.
forward to the hang tonight.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I was a little pissed off.
because I said I was leaving and I didn't.
No,
leave.
I was a little pissed off because I didn't think you were embracing of the young comics enough.
Well, I was talking to Lev and Joe.
Exactly.
Those are my demons.
I think you stayed sort of
He's-
siloed among your tenured.
Once you get like a level,
people,
he's not going back down
whereas-
to the.
a lot of the young bucks were coming in and looking for a little, affirmation, and I was among them. And
Those
you
are my
weren't.
boys.
I don't think so.
They are.
You didn't give them time of day.
Well, I was gonna leave and then I didn't leave.
So
Well, do you think you would have had a different conversation with them or with the heavy hitters?
Well, I was
You would have been
talking
like
to
the bonfire has gone downhill.
I
ever
was
since.
talking to these two guys who we were talking about talk to me because they were both telling me to watch it. And I was like, hey guys, I watched the movie, and then I popped a squad and we just chatted about movies. Nothing wrong with that.
Okay.
Like, I know everyone wants a slice. There's only so much that can go around.
Listen,
I can't be two places at once.
I told you my piece.
And I saw you were giving them your fucking wisdom, so I was like, I'm not going to go in there and drop more wisdom.
You could have given a little love on top of the wisdom.
I have nothing on any of those guys. They're all very funny comedians.
That's not what it's about. It's just about.
Well, you call them the young guns. They're all older than me.
They're 24.
No, they're like 28.
John Kennedy's
John's 24.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so what were you being like? Hey, you guys got this.
No. Well, you were sitting down just having a motivational speech with them.
I was just showing them that I wasn't better than them, and I don't think that I'm better than them.
I wasn't saying I was better than them.
I think the fact that you sat apart dictated that, conveyed that.
I didn't sit apart. I was sitting with them before you even got there.
You sat shrouded in the shadow.
And then you got there, and I got up because I was like, I got to go back to my show.
Mm-hmm. Didn't
Because
say
of
hi.
me.
Wait
Forced
till
thoughts.
Sass is at like a table at like a big comedy club or something like that, and it's like someone tries to sit at the table once Sass is established, and he's like, "You think you can fucking sit with us?"
He's
You
gonna
think
be
you
that
can
guy.
sit- Yeah, you're gonna be
There's
gatekeeping.
no
the
way
seat
would
at
I
the
ever be
table.
that
The
guy.
table for the open micers is over there.
No, that's what you do.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Francis only talks to people who are past at the cellar.
You're now doing
We go to the
the
stand.
same bit that we were just doing to you,
Yeah, I
just
know.
to get away from it.
I know. And I'm making
You just
a
said,
joke.
"Oh, I'll flip it on you guys."
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Every time Francis goes to the stand now, he's just like, dude, the fucking cellar last night. Oh my god. It's like you can feel Patrice in there talking
You
to
know
you.
you know what the fucked up part
You can
is?
feel Patrice whispering
The
in your ear
fucked
when
up
you're on
part is
stage.
if I even so much as mention anything about the cellar, Hairball comes over the top and like provides way more information
Yeah, yeah.
about it
Let's study
than
up.
I've ever heard in my life.
Yeah,
you
I'm
know
a fan.
more. You know
I'm a fan of
more
comedy.
about. You know more about like the bureaucracy and the spaces of comedy in New York than I have learned in 12 years
Yeah,
of
study.
being here.
Study up.
You.
I'm watching
I
film.
don't even
dude.
know how you learned.
You're like
it
Johnny
all.
Manziel.
I don't know how you learned
0
all
hours
this.
of film. 2 seasons.
They
I'll be
checked his
like-
iPad.
12 seasons, 0 hours of film.
I'll be like,
I'm
you
like
know,
3 seasons, fucking 25 hours of film.
I'll be like, yo, I had my audition at the cellar and I was worried about going over it. He's like, yeah, you don't want to do that in front of Esty. If you go 20 back in 1978, Joe Manzello, who? Yeah, exactly. He went 48 seconds over. And I bet he regrets it now. And you've got all these crazy like Wikipedia paragraphs of very esoteric info.
That's because when I'm around all these people who all they do is just go to comedy clubs, they're always just saying they're projecting that information on you. I mean, you saw it. You got passed to the cellar, and everyone's like, "You better not have worn leather shoes."
Yeah, exactly.
because they hate leather shoes.
Don't wear coats.
Yeah, yeah.
On stage, yeah.
There's like weird rules that definitely just don't exist. It was definitely like someone bombed one time, and then they were like, "It was the goddamn shoes, wasn't it?" That's why I'm not getting booked anymore.
Don't wear shoes up there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No matter what, don't wear fucking shoes.
Ron, you were trying to tell us something about the Dominican Republic.
Yeah, so I was at the Dominican.
No, he wasn't. You said that as a joke, I thought. Didn't we already talk about the Dominican Republic?
I don't think he was because he mentioned that he was on a train and he pressed the black button. And
Oh, yes,
that
yes,
is
yes.
coming home from the Hudson Valley.
Yeah, that was coming home from the Hudson Valley. That train ride that I was on.
No, you don't think he was in the Dominican?
You just told me he wasn't. And that was the first time I started to believe maybe he wasn't.
No, he was.
I
feel like there was I think we crossed wires here for a second.
I'm choosing
I think we're all talking about different
to
things right
not
now.
care
I
right
think-
now. I'm choosing to not care.
I think we crossed
I'm
wires. I
opting
apologize.
out of whatever the fuck is happening
I
here
thought
so that you can't fuck me.
when I said no, he wasn't. Did you think I meant that he wasn't at the Dominican?
I have no idea what you're talking about. I don't know. I don't get it.
There's
and
been a
that's
wire
fine.
cross. I
I
apologize.
don't care.
I'm gonna fall back.
Anyway, the driver on the way to the airport in the Dominican is like, he's like, you can tell which guys are Haitian, and he's like, which? I was like, which guys? He's like, those guys over there, and it was all the black guys.
Yeah.
And then he was like, I don't think they should be in our country.
Holy shit.
And here's why. And he just fucking went into it, and I was like, damn.
What do you
You
even
guys
say?
have fucking anti-black racism here?
Yeah.
I didn't even know you guys had that.
Yeah, wow.
That's nuts. So,
And then you just got to be like, yeah.
and I was, but he was
Totally.
like, they enslaved us for 22 years. And I was like, when was this? And he was like, 1822. I was like, damn, bro, you're holding a grudge from a 22 years and you still just think that they shouldn't be there. Like they're like the poorest bros like in your country. And you're just like, I don't even think that they should be here being poor.
Wow.
It was just,
Damn.
it was fucking, it was shocking, dude.
But
it was,
Yeah.
DR and Haiti are connected on a mainland, right?
Yeah.
On one island.
Yes.
There's okay. And have they had wars?
They had the war. They were enslaved for the 22 years, and then the Dominicans decided to fight. They said it was 10 Dominicans to every one Haitian. But that's
Holy
what this guy was
smokes.
saying. He was giving me just the sweet propaganda. But I was buying in, dude. It was
Yeah.
fucking
You gotta buy in.
it was just fascinating. It was
Yeah, there's nothing you
fascinating to
can
hear.
say.
It's fascinating to hear like racism amongst two different groups that like you think that they'd be like buddies.
Oh, yeah.
But like the small differences of countries like that. I mean, it's like I guess like a Northern Ireland type of thing.
Mhm.
Where it's just like, damn, they're right next to each other. You think that culturally they're exactly the same, but they actually fucking hate each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, dude, when an Uber driver drops some racism on you like that, it's a very uncomfortable situation.
They love to.
Yeah, I had a white dude. This was probably 2 years ago, and he was saying something about how he was in Harlem, and he was like, 3 black kids throw a brick through my windshield for no reason, and I was like, I'm gonna go ahead and assume there was definitely a reason. The fact that you're going around talking about this, I'm assuming you did something pretty horrible, and then they threw a brick through your windshields. I don't think they were just dropping bricks through your windshields for no reason. That doesn't happen for no reason.
But that's why dudes become drivers and stuff like that because
Oh,
it's like
yeah.
a safe space to get their opinions off.
Yeah.
We talked about it with Colin. Like the Irish cab drivers are like the
Oh, yeah.
biggest spouts of misinformation and racism and shit
Yeah.
like that. It's like it's a good
So
place
bad.
to be, a good safe space to be
Yeah.
racist.
My great grandfather was a driver, and he had been like sort of a security guard driver for a lot of years, and he one time got assigned to drive this like young musician on a tour through the South, and the musician was this incredible.
He was doing this is just the plot of the Green Mile.
Oh no, it's Green Book.
Green Book.
The Green Book.
I think it's Green Book.
Yeah.
You're right. That's not my grandfather. That was Green Book.
That's a damn good movie. You didn't expect us to know that movie, did you?
No, I thought it was my great grandfather, but it was Green Book.
Because sometimes the lineage gets a little bit confused.
Have you ever seen The Green Book?
Of course.
It's a great movie.
Yeah.
Viggo Mortensen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It when you see the previews of that movie, you think that it should be fucking ass.
Yeah, it's a great
You think
movie.
it should be like a Hallmark Taster's
Yeah.
Choice feel good movie. Like,
Yeah.
how could this possibly be good? And I don't even like.
It won Best Picture,
Yeah, it was.
but then
very
everyone was
good.
mad because it was a white savior story.
It is a white savior story.
Yeah, that's why it's not about my grandfather.
Yeah, true.
He didn't save anybody.
What the fuck's wrong with being a white savior?
You're a white savior.
Yeah,
King of the dot.
yeah, battle rap.
Yeah.
No, I'm. That's a different type of movie. Like the white battle rapper movie.
Yeah.
It's funny. This dude Frack, another battle rapper, always makes videos making fun of it.
I
'Cause,
met
like,
Frack.
Did you?
Yeah, at the stand.
Did you?
Yeah.
When?
No,
Like 3 weeks ago.
No chance.
Really?
This is
Yeah.
a real
Swear to
story.
God.
What's he look like?
I forget.
You
But
for-
I'm positive I met him. I
you for-
actually I meant to tell you about that. Yeah, I met him.
You forget what he looks like?
Yeah, he was at the stand like 3 weeks ago.
Was he doing stand up?
No, he was like, I was in the city for the night, so I thought I would pop by.
Damn. Did he say what's up to you, or you said what's up to him?
I said, he said, what's up to me?
I heard that Frack loves the Alaskan pipeline.
Frack was the name of the first boy that you Alaskan pipelined. I don't understand. So you froze your shit and fucked someone else, and that's how you lost your virginity?
Yes.
That's not you losing your virginity. That's them losing their virginity. Like that's not the same thing.
It is.
No, it's not. That's not your virginity. That's
Laugh
their
it up,
virginity.
laugh it up.
Unless you put the fucking your own shit in your own ass.
I was going
then
back and forth.
you're putting it in them and then putting it
It
in
would be
you.
like one pump
Well, if
dick,
you're putting
one pump
your
shit.
back in your own ass, that's not a fucking virginity loss. That's a colostomy or whatever. That's a high colonic.
It's
That's like a shit
it's
transplant.
fecal
A
transplant.
fecal transplant, which is a
therapy.
thing. Like
Yes.
that will help your microbiome.
Gut health. Yeah.
That's a
not,
thing?
That's not losing
Mhm.
your virginity. That's
Mhm.
like goop. That's like what Gwyneth Paltrow's in.
But I think they go down your mouth while you're
the fecal
asleep.
transplant.
Yeah, I think they. I don't know that they go up. Maybe they do. I
Well,
thought
they
they
went
went
back
down.
up your butthole.
And they don't
They went
use
down your
yours.
mouth,
They
you'd do
don't
a
use
nasty
yours. They use
tummy
someone else's who has healthy enzymes.
Yes, who is perfect, like museum level
Apparently,
shit.
Wouldn't
it's
you
one
get,
of the
like,
most
food
like
poisoning?
efficacious things you could possibly do for your gut
No, they
health.
said it's really good.
It's really good.
It's like getting
We should
a-
look into that.
I've thought about it.
You know how all those big comedians get like IVs when they're on the road?
Mhm.
We should start getting that.
Go get
instead.
Alaskan pipelines
Yeah.
instead. Yeah,
Dude, my gut biome is feeling great today. Like
Yeah.
we didn't even drink last night.
I've got some 1978 Rodney
I'm not
Dangerfield
hungover
in
at
there.
all.
yeah. Just having an Olympic athlete shit in your ass to
Yeah.
get your fucking microbiome fixed.
Some clean Marion Jones up
yeah.
there.
Yeah, just got shit in the ass and then hit the ice bath. Feel good as new today.
Yeah.
Can't wait for the shows.
I got some nice Russian shit, completely hormone free.
That was a offended the musical callback. Shit in my ass. Remember that song we did?
I forgot about that.
We did that one.
It was a good time.
Yeah.
It was a-
Speaking of shit, I'm gonna shit my pants sooner or later.
Yeah.
So should we wrap this up?
Let's jump.
All right. Thank you guys for listening. We'll see you guys on Monday. You're not gonna be here next week?
No, I'm in the Dominican
right.
Republic.
We'll zoom you in. All right. Thank you guys for listening. See you next week.